Hi friends, welcome back with Miss Carla. Today we are going to read Just Big Enough by Mercer. Every morning on my way to school, I always sit in the same seat on the school bus. But this morning, well, what do you think is going to happen? A big kid took my seat. Uh-oh. Excuse me, I said. You're sitting in my seat. I guess the older kid didn't move. I guess he didn't hear me. So now there's an older kid sitting on Little Critter's spot, and he's not happy about that. He asked the older kid to please scoot along or move, but the older kid didn't want to hear it. At recess, I wanted to play football with the older kids, but they said I couldn't play because I was too little. So now, this is a group of older kids saying, "You're too little to play with us." And Little Critter is very sad. At lunch, the older kids took all the cupcakes. They laughed when I said they had to share. They told me the cupcakes were just for them. I wish I was bigger, I said to my friends. They nodded. So now all the older kids decided to take all the cupcakes, saying that they're the oldest, they're the big ones, so they can do whatever they want. But Little Critter doesn't think that's fair. And now Little Critter says to his friends, I wish I was older. I wish I was bigger. That night I couldn't sleep, so I read a comic book, and that's where I got a great idea. The next morning I asked Dad for some wood and some glue. Mom gave me tin foil, and little sister let me have a jar of her glitter. What are you making? Asked little sister. A growing machine. So now he read a comic book last night and got an idea to make a growing machine. Do you think it's going to work? We'll see. I worked on the growing machine all morning. When it was finished, I sprinkled glitter on it so it sparkled like the one in the comic book I have read. I made a helmet out of tinfoil. Then I put on my helmet and climbed into the growing machine. So now Little Critter is saying, this is my growing machine. It will help me become older and bigger. And let's see if it works. I sat on the growing machine all afternoon. I ate my lunch there. Now, this is the morning, and it's getting afternoon, and Mom is bringing his lunch to see if the growing machine works. When it became dark, Dad said it was time to come home. Did I grow? I asked. Dad shook his head. Not yet. Maybe I should sleep in the growing machine, I said. Dad didn't think it was such a good idea. So now Dad is saying, it's getting late. It's time for you to come home. But Little Critter says, I don't want to because I'm not big enough yet. But Dad says it's still time to come home because he didn't want Little Critter to sleep over there. The next day, I went to Grandma and Grandpa's farm. What is the matter, Little Critter? I asked Grandpa. I told Grandpa about the big kids and how I was trying to get big too, so that I can do all the other things the older big kids are doing. So now he went to Grandma and Grandpa's farm, and Grandpa is having an idea. Grandpa took me out into the meadow. Look at those two horses, he said. Which one do you think is the fastest? The big one, I said. Grandpa let the big horse and the little horse loose. They started to run across the field. And do you know which one was the fastest? The little one. So now Grandpa has his 2 horses. And why do you think the little one won the race when they were outside? Because the little one has a little bit more energy left than the big one. The next day at school, the big kid said again that I couldn't play football because I was too little. I started to get mad. I challenge you to a relay race, I said. The older kids against the little kids. The big kids laughed, but they said okay. The whole school came to watch the race, and you know what? The little kids won. So now Little Critter is standing up to the older big kids and saying, "That's not nice how you treat us little kids. I challenge you to a race." And now they did a race and the little kids won. So I guess sometimes being small is big enough. So now the older kids are learning back of saying we don't make fun of the little ones. The end. That was a fun story, friend.